Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Eva and I am a millennial who is absolutely obsessed with makeup. In today's video, we are going to be swatching, reviewing, talking all about the brand new releases from Rhode skincare, or now kind of Rhode Beauty because of what they have recently come out with. I picked up every single shade of the new Rhode Pocket Blushes, as well as the new shades of the lip treatment. We are going to be swatching them all on our faces and our lips, talking about the formulas, and by the end of the video, I will let you know if I think these are worth picking up. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, please do so. I would really appreciate it. Also, follow me on Instagram. I post a lot of other makeup content that doesn't always make it over to my YouTube. Now, before we get into talking about the launch, I did want to quickly address the audio. I know my audio has been sounding a little bit different lately. I did start using a wireless mic, and that is because it is very hot in Seattle now. Like today it's 85 degrees and I don't have air conditioning. So I have to film with the windows open. And when I don't use the microphone, it just picks up every single car that drives by, and I live on a really busy street. So I do apologize if it's a little bit annoying, but it's kind of the best I have to work with right now in this summer heat. Now let's get into the Rhode launch. First, let's talk about the Peptide Lip Tints. So the Peptide lip treatment was one of the original products that launched when Rhode Skin launched. I want to say maybe like a year ago now. And if you don't know, Rhode Skin is Hailey Bieber's brand. I initially was skeptical because I'm always skeptical when it's a celebrity brand, but I've been very impressed. It does seem like she's actually very involved in the brand, in the formulations. If not, she does a great job of pretending to be so in her interviews. But also, I just think the price points for a celebrity skincare brand or a brand in general have been very, very fair. Similar to how Rare Beauty has been very fair in my opinion in the quality, not only the quality of the products have been great, but price points have been great. Everything from Rhode Skin I feel like has been very appropriately priced. So just wanted to shout out that I do really like the brand. Now the lip tints, these are the new limited edition shades. These retail for $18 each, and they come in the shades Salty Tan, Shortcake, Peach Pit, and then Guava Spritz. They also came out with matching phone cases that fit these. They're very adorable, but I didn't pick those up because my phone case has to be in a brick layer because I drop it all the time, and I was worried I would probably drop my phone and it would break in that case. Now, as far as this lip formula, I've not yet tried the tinted ones. I have tried just the normal clear one and I absolutely love it. I know some people experience a weird grittiness and graininess in their batch. I have never experienced that. So hopefully I like the tinted ones as much as I like the normal one. I'm going to go ahead and remove what is on my lips now so that we are just purely swatching just the Rhode lip tints on my lips. So I will do that and then we will be back. I have you zoomed in closer for the swatches, and let's go ahead and start off with Salty Tan. Salty Tan is described as being a soft mauve. Something I immediately want to call out is I love that the outer packaging matches the inner products. If you've watched my videos before, I comment on that all the time because if you are a makeup hoarder and collector like I am, it's so nice to actually be able to find the product in your stash and particularly the shade you're looking for. Okay, so we are going in with Salty Tan. Oh, that is so pretty. Right off the bat, I have to say there's no grittiness in this. Again, I'm yet to experience the graininess, grittiness that a lot of other people have. So I don't know if I've just gotten lucky with the batches or maybe they've actually fixed that issue that was with the product. So this is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I'm very much into this color. Looks very, very beautiful. Looking in my mirror close up in front of me, my lips just look really, really juicy and healthy. And this pigment is a lot more pigmented than I thought it was going to be. I did do some arm swatches, which I'll show in a little bit. And on my arms, I was like, is this going to show up as anything on my lips? And it definitely is. So this is the shade Salty Tan. I did want to also touch on fragrance. These ones are fragrance free. Some of her peptide treatments do have fragrance. I do like that she doesn't always do fragrance because there are a lot of people who are sensitive to it, and these ones are fragrance free, which is great if you hate fragrance. Next, we are going to move into the shade Peach Pit, which is described as a neutral peach. This is also very pretty. This is much more of a barely there shade. Really, really pretty, and I definitely can see the pigment. It's just the right amount in my opinion. So this is the shade Peach Pit. Next up, we have one of the really fun colors. This is the shade Shortcake, and this is described as a baby pink. Another thing I like about this packaging is it's really easy to squeeze the product out. I feel like sometimes some products in the squeezy tubes, they're just, I don't know, like the outer packaging is too thick and it's kind of impossible to get the product out. Another beautiful shade. I would say this is subtle though. Like it does not match the outer packaging, and that's just because the level of pigment isn't super, super strong in this lineup. Still very, very pretty, but looking in my viewfinder and looking in the mirror down below, I'm not noticing like a ton of difference between this shade on my lips and Salty Siren. I don't know, let me know in the comments below what you think, but I'm kind of feeling like they're looking a little bit of the same, but regardless, super beautiful. And this is the shade Shortcake. Something I did want to mention is you do have to be a little bit careful when you're applying these and make sure you're not over applying, because you can get like a little bit of the cobwebbies on your lips. So just be a little careful. I've been applying a little bit too much because I wanted to kind of build up the pigment a little bit. But on an everyday basis, I need to apply a little bit less so that those cobwebs, I don't know if you can see those, but I hate when products get cobwebby. Just be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. Next shade, I'm going to apply a lighter amount to see if that eliminates the cobwebbing that I'm seeing. But again, it's very, very slight and it's not enough to drive me crazy, but I like to give you kind of everything that's going through my mind as I am trying a product. The last of the new shades is Guava Spritz, and this is described as a bright coral. Okay, this time I applied the perfect amount, not getting any cobwebbing. This one, I have to say, doesn't look anything like the tube. I do still think it's very, very pretty, but I do think this color is a little bit misleading on the outer packaging because it's much, much more subtle. So that is something to keep in mind with this one and this one. Like they're not actually this bright. They're definitely on the more subtle side. But this is the shade Guava Spritz. That is it for the lip products. I will give my final thoughts at the very end, but now let's move into the pocket blushes. Okay, first off, love the name. Think it's just an adorable name for a product. Packaging. Okay, packaging, I kind of like it. People were like, these look like actual hot dogs. I don't know. I kind of like it because you don't see a lot of like tan, brown, kind of like neutral packaging. Everything's typically pretty bright. Now, I much would have preferred if the outer packaging, similar to the lip peptides, matched the inner shades, but I feel like they were kind of trying to go for something like a little bit more chic with the brown. So I get it. My preference though would be outer packaging matching the inner packaging. Okay, now where they kind of lose me a little bit is when you open them, because look how little product you actually are getting in the packaging. Now, I have a feeling that they just didn't want to make the product super dinky and small like the Milk makeup ones have become. So I get it. And I think the packaging doesn't really bother me, but you're not getting a ton of product. So for like reference, these retail for $24 and they are 0.18 ounce of product. Now I'm going to hop over to the Sephora site because I'm super curious what those little rinky dinky milk makeup cream products are. Okay, so the rinky dinky milk makeup blushes retail for $24 and they are 0.21 ounces. So you actually get 3 ounces more of product in those tiny, tiny little milk makeup ones than you do in this. And the other ones take up less space. I don't know. These are just my unfiltered thoughts here. I almost would rather that, now that I think about it, I almost like would rather that they would have like leaned into these bean pocket blushes and just made the packaging a little bit smaller. I don't think they needed to be as small as the milk makeup, but maybe like reducing some of the height would have been great. I have a lot of opinions on packaging, so that's why I like to ramble. I know the rambling really drives some people nuts. Now let's talk about claims of the blush. So the blush claim is our on-the-go cream blush wakes up cheeks and lips with a satiny, diffused flush that melts on smoothly and stays all day. It's a lightweight formula that hydrates skin for baby soft cheeks and leaves a glowy finish without a greasy feel. Now, this is not my first time using this blush. So I will tell you now, I wore one of these the other day and I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. It makes me not really care about the packaging. Makes me not really care about the fact that there's barely any product, if I'm being honest, because the formula was that good. So we will go ahead and try them on my face and I will talk about why I love the formula. First, let's go in with the shade Freckle. And Freckle is described as a neutral peach. I'm going to apply directly on the cheek. These are so pigmented. Something else that really stands out about this formula is it doesn't feel like waxy. It is so easy to just glide on the cheek. Some cream blushes take a little bit of like warming up with your fingertips or the brush, but these just glide right on. To blend out, I'm going to use this LYS brush that I often use. And I mean, that was like 2 taps, you guys. And it's blended. Absolutely beautiful. Something else I really like about this blush formula is it does stay kind of dewy throughout the day. Not super dewy, but the right amount of dew. So that is the shade Freckle with just one swipe. I will go ahead and build it up a little bit more. That way you can really see the color. So this is the shade Freckle. On this side of my face, I want to do one of the other more neutral colors. This is the shade Sleepy Girl. I think the shade names are also super cute. We'll do one swipe, we'll blend out, and then we will see if we need to do another layer. Nope, this is the perfect amount. Oh, so pretty. In my opinion, these actually look quite different, at least in my viewfinder and my mirror, which makes me think they are quite different. So you have my permission to buy both of them. So this is the shade Sleepy Girl. The rest of the shades I will go ahead and apply off camera, and then I will show you all of them. The rest of the shades I'll go ahead and apply off camera just to speed this along. This is the shade Spicy Marg. This is the shade Juice Box. This is the shade Piggy. And this is the shade Toasted Teddy. Now let's talk about the blush formula. I ended up applying Toasted Teddy on both of my cheeks. Okay, I love these. I love these. Now that I've tried every single shade, I'm just so impressed, A, with the shades that they came out with, and B, with the formula. It is so easy to blend these. They're very blendable to the point where they remind me a lot of the Kaja Dewy bars. I keep mentioning those a lot lately because I just think those are one of the best blush launches to come out in quite some time. These ones are just as blendable. You saw for the first ones on camera, I was able to just dab, 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 blend, and then they're very buildable. Also, as I was applying them, my opinion about the packaging changed. I actually like this weird packaging. I just do. I feel like if the packaging was any smaller, I would lose these in my collection. Now, like ideally, would there be more product in this? Yes, but I don't really care because I love the formulation and I actually like the ugly hot dog packaging. Completely reversing course from what I said earlier in the video. Now, as far as shades, my favorite shades are the more neutral ones. I like the non-neutral ones as well, but those ones I feel like are just not super unique. They're not standouts for me. They also remind me a lot of the shades in the Nude Sticks Nudies Bloom lineup. Love that formula. That formula reminds me a lot of this. And I feel like those brighter shades I already have in a similar formula. So wanted to call that out. So favorite shades are, in no particular order, Toasted Teddy, Freckle, and Sleepy Girl. Let's do some live arm swatches so you can see what they look like lined up next to one another. So first we have Sleepy Girl. Just so pigmented. Next, we're going to do Freckle. There we go. Freckle. We'll do these nude ones next to one another first. And then Toasted Teddy. We'll do that one actually in the middle because I might run out of space. Toasted Teddy. Piggy. Oh, I did really love this one too. If I could pick a fourth favorite, it would be Piggy. I also love the name, the reference to Little Miss Piggy from the Muppets. This is Piggy. Spicy Marg. Also love this name. Love a Spicy Marg. And then last, Juice Box. So here we have them all lined up. I think they launched with a great lineup of shades. The only shade type that I think they're kind of missing, I would love if they had like a Tomato Girl Summer Red. So like a bright red similar to this from Charlotte Tilbury. I would love something like that. But other than that, no complaints on the shades, and I'm sure they will expand the range. Oh, a purple would be another one. I would love if they did a purple shade, but I'm sure they will expand the range in these blushes. Now for final thoughts. Starting with the lip products, I really like this formula. I like these, but I don't think you need all of these. I think they look so similar on the lips because they're such a light tint. Just pick one. You do not need all of them. I would say my favorite is Salty Siren, followed by Peach Pit. But again, they look so similar on the lips, in my opinion. Just get one of these. But they're a great formula if you have not tried them yet, and these ones did not have any of that grittiness. You know how I feel about the blushes. I love them. I am so glad I picked these up. I love my little hot dogs. I do. I love them. I love them. I love them. I will be getting so much use out of these, and I highly recommend them. But again, if you're trying to decide which colors, I think the neutral ones are a little bit more unique. The brighter shades, I mean, you can get these from any brand, whereas neutral blushes, I think are not quite as popular, so a little bit harder, but you can't go wrong with any of the shades. If you want me to do any specific shade comparisons, please let me know. Like, I just don't even know where to start because I have so many blushes, so let me know in the comments below what shades you want me to compare, and then I can do some photos to post on my Instagram. So make sure you are following me on Instagram so you can see those comparisons. And if you are not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. And if you do decide to shop any of these products, I would appreciate if you use my affiliate link linked down below. Thanks so much, and I hope to catch you in my next video.